Hey guys, it's Kevin, known as the Metalwargod, and been a few weeks since I've done an update, and I do have one for you. Actually, quite a bit of stuff. I got some 7-inch, I got some 12-inch, and I do have a couple of CDs I want to show you as well. But let me get a little refreshment here. Yeah, I've been busy. Anyway, I do have an update here. Like I say, first off, I'm going to start with the CDs. And first up, a little bluesy hard rock from an all-female fronted band called Jane Lee Hooker. And their album Spiritus. Like I say, it's bluesy hard rock, more bluesy than anything. This is their second release, and if you like bluesy female bands, check these girls out. They're pretty good. So this one, like I say, just came out here a couple weeks ago. So here is Jane Lee Hooker. Up next, another female fronted band, but just the female vocalist. A band called Grave Shadow out of Sacramento, California, and their second or third, I think this is their third release, called Ambition's Price. Mixture of a few deathy growl vocals with some normal vocals. I would have to say maybe think of early Unleash the Archers, and this is what you get with Grave Shadow. Of course, the lead singer was in the band Hellion Prime, which she later left just to focus on Grave Shadow. Good album from these guys. Definitely tell they've really matured over the last few years. But anyway, here is Grave Shadow with Ambition's Pride. Then up next is stuff that I have opened, and this is part of I think I have part of the record store day. I didn't buy a record store day, but I bought these online. I wanted to get this, and I found it online for the same price as it was going for a record store day. So the sellers were not jacking this up. And of course, I'm talking about Saxon and the Princess of the Night 7-inch. Of course, it has Princess of the Night on A and Fire in the Sky on B. And I'm a huge Saxon fan. Got everything that you could ever imagine on vinyl and CD and DVD. So had to get this. Now I'm looking for a Thunderbolt picture disc, which is not a bad price. I've seen it going for like 30 bucks. Haven't pulled the trigger yet, but anyway, here's Saxon. Up next, I did a search. I do have a lot of this band's stuff on CD, of course, with Phil Anselmo on vocals. Now, the debate goes around whether you like the early Pantera with the power metal vibe, or do you like the latter Pantera with more of the groovy thrash vibe? This album here is actually recorded live. This does have Phil Anselmo on vocals, but this album is more of the older stuff in the power metal days. And this, of course, I'm talking about Pantera before we were cowboys. And I believe this was recorded in 1990. And I seen this, had to pick it up. Like I say, I like the earlier Pantera the best. I do like some of the older stuff, or not the older, but the newer, like Cowboys from Hell. Is one of my favorites from them. But I picked this up because the originals, early originals, are so hard to find. And like I say, this is all live recordings So I picked this up. Let's see, I do believe it has Phil Anselmo on here. I believe it does. But anyway, here is Pantera with Before We Were Cowboys. What we're listening to in the background is a band called Medusa from 1975. And then part of the, let's see here, Retroactive Records. This is a pre-order. I got Armageddon, the Money Mask. I got it last week. And it is in a J sleeve, of course. But like I say, this is a pre-order. I think I pre-ordered it about a month ago. Finally came in here last week. And it'd be nice to have an original, but those are very hard to find in Spendy. But anyway, here is Armageddon. Of course, you know there are two other Armageddons. The original Armageddon from the 70s, and then there is a European Armageddon, which plays more of a melodic power metal. Anyway, up next, I got to get these together here. And these next two are part of a group and a solo from the group. And I bought these on Discogs as part of a going out of business sale. And I buy a lot of stuff over at Discogs, and I came across this, which was, I don't know, $5 I think. Album covers in pretty good shape. It's got a little bend in this one corner here. But I'm talking about Bell and Arc and their self-titled album, Bell and Arc. And this came out in, God, I want to say 1972, 1970. Just kind of a blues hard rock. And but anyway, with this is the only release they put out as Bell and Arc. Well, a couple of the members left and formed Arc, which was called At This. And some of the members that left were John Turnbull, of course, and Tom Duffy and Mick Gallagher. So they were, Graham Bell did not go on, but this is a reissue. It is on, let's see, what is this on? It's on Klimt Records. And again, this is more bluesy hard rock. This one, I believe, came out about 73, if I'm not mistaken. But reissue. There is stuff out there from John Turnbull, but it's very rare. But anyway, a double shot here with members of Bell and Arc that went on to form Arc. And like I say, bluesy hard rock. Check it out if you have a chance. Up next, this comes from Easy Riding, Riding Easy Records, which mainly focuses on doom and stoner rock bands. And I went over to the website. I picked up Brown Acid, the Sixth Trip. Well, I went over to the site and I checked out this band here. And very stonerish, doomish sounding band called The Well, and the album called Pagan Science, which came out in 2016. And I believe these guys are, they're a three-piece with Lisa Alley on vocals. So maybe more of a fallback to the early 70s sounds, what I like to refer to as the retro 70s. harking back to that style and sound. More psych doomish, what you want to call it. But anyway, here is The Well with Pagan Science. Up next, let's see here. I gotta get these in order if I can. Okay. So now, there's another part of the Record Store Day release this year. This was not at the stores I went to. For some reason, this does not sell in my area. Just a weird area for what people listen to. But I guess, you know, it is what it is. But this was something I did see on the list, and I can't remember who I saw have it on Facebook. But anyway, I mentioned that I was looking for it, and they give me a link to eBay. So I went over to eBay and I picked up this Jungle Rot. What horrors await you? Initially, this is going for 20 bucks, but I got it for 10 bucks. I got this for. I believe this is the first time this has been released on vinyl, and I like what I hear with Jungle Rot. Very good stuff. More classified early on as death metal, but I think the vocals aren't as harsh as most death metal bands. This is very tolerable to me. I like it, and so I picked this up for 10 bucks. I think this is the last one I had gotten through Record Store Day after the fact. But anyway, here's some Jungle Rot. Up next, I did a search a couple years ago, and these albums were absolutely spendy. So I did another search past couple weeks, and the vocalist in this band I consider the first true heavy metal vocalist, female heavy metal vocalist, and I'm talking about Warlock out of Germany and their album Hellbound. Decent price, cover's in very good shape, still has a glossy look to it. There is a little bit of must have a sticker up here that peeled the gloss away, but other than that, it's in very good shape. Of course, Doro Pesch on vocals. So I picked this up, and this is a German release. So anyway, I'm glad I picked this up. In fact, I finally picked them all up. I'm still waiting on a couple. But anyway, here's Warlock with Hellbound. And then I also picked up Warlock True as Steel. Also a German pressing. It's got a little bit of a wear down here. But other than that, good. Cover's in good shape. The vinyl's in good shape. Of course, this here contains a tattoo sticker. The sticker isn't in there, so but anyway, like I say, this is also a German release. And here is the inner. And the vinyl, of course, is on Vertigo. Vinyl's in very good shape. So I'm happy to get this. Like I say, I'm waiting on two others to show up that will complete the Warlock catalog on vinyl. You can definitely tell these are European pressings, because the covers are so flimsy, unlike the American covers, which are more sturdier, but still a must-have that I wanted in my collection. So here is Warlock with True as Steel. Up next, part of the Shadow Kingdom store, which a lot of you know I buy a lot from Shadow Kingdom. Lately I've been buying a lot. I have another package I'm going to show you. But anyway, these are 3 that I got about a week and a half ago. And first up is a band called Blixum and the album Face of Evil. And more thrashy band, thrashy heavy metal. I don't think this is colored though. It's only on black vinyl. I believe this was released in 2016. No, actually 2013. And it was released on, let's see, Kakana Records released this. So here's a band called Blixum. Then a band out of the US that is on Metalizer Records. They're licensed under Cruz del Sur, but they are out of the US, like I say, a band called Crescent Shield and Stars Never Shine. And it is a gatefold. Comes with the polyline sleeve, black vinyl. I think these guys have 3 releases out as far as I know. So anyway, here's some Crescent Shield, just traditional heavy metal. And a band out of Germany. Released on High Roller Records, of course, probably a re-release. And I'm talking about Iron Angel, and more of a dark speed metal band. Of course, this is Legions of Evil. And you get a little poster in here. Of course, it is on black vinyl, but I'm not going to take it out. But anyway, I think most of these were about 16 bucks. Anyway, Iron Angel. Up next, another Discog buy. And this was part of a going out of sale over on Discogs from one of the dealers. And I was going through, I came across this, which was a really surprise. I really never knew anything about the band. I did a little search after I picked this up. The band is called Orbis. And this came out in 1983 out of West Germany. And 4 songs on here. I'm not real familiar with this, so I haven't had a chance to listen to this. But anyway, might even be a self-released album here, because I don't see a label on here. It's a maxi single, but 4 tracks. And so anyway, I mean, real flimsy cover. I want to say these guys are more hard rock, maybe a little psych influenced. But here's a band called Orbis, and they're self-titled Maxi with Orbis. And then I finally, I think I showed this before, but there's a defect on the vinyl, so when I opened it up and went through it, there were 2 labels two inner labels back here. The original one, and then there was another one that was about half right here that was onto the vinyl. So there were two tracks on here that were covered by this. And so I got a hold of Shadow Kingdom, and they sent out another copy. And I love labels that do that stuff. I mean, they're there to take care of the customers, because we're always coming back and supporting them. So they sent out another replacement band called Secutor, and this is the album Stand Defiant, and out of Germany. So anyway, very cool Shadow Kingdom to do this. And the last one, their second release, band out of Sweden. I believe they're Sweden or Finland. One of the, let's see here. I believe they're out of Sweden. The band is called Metalwargod, and the album Madness is too pure. If this band had come out of the 70s, they'd fit right in. But they came out in the 2000s, and they do that absolutely great 70s psych, unreal. That these gals are good at what they do. A four-piece band. Anyway, here's what it says. The second album from Metalwargod follows their debut with more upfront and atmospheric sound, yet keeps a distinguished groove that is characteristic to the band. The producer is Jari Halapalian. He's led Metalwargod further down the kraut and experimental path. Strong melodic and psychedelic elements, which are on both albums. Great stuff. These two albums from Metalwargod are probably some of my two favorite albums in the last probably 5 years. Just great stuff from these gals. Definitely check them out if you ever get a chance. Now I have some packages, and first up is a package that came from overseas. Now, about 5 months ago, I pre-ordered an album from Lechery, and they had sent me an email stating that there was going to be wasn't going to be released until 5 months later, and I'm thinking maybe this is it. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's check it out and see what we got here. I'm hoping this is it. No, it's not. It's not what I thought it was. It is actually second album from Stereo Nasty, and their album Twisting the Blade. So it's on Diabolic Night Records, released in 2017. Very good band. And we're going to look at this a little bit. Here it is, a little bit about Diabolic Records and what they do sell. And then the liner notes, Stereo Nasty. Just one little bent here, that's it. And I'm not going to complain about that. And of course, got the polyline sleeve on white vinyl with the custom inners. So very cool to be getting this. I totally forgot about this. I order so much stuff that sometimes it's hard to keep track of it all. So I'm just happy to get this. Now if my lechery would only show up. So here is Stereo Nasty. Up next, another one here, and I do believe, no, this ain't what I think it is, but this is a another Discogs buy. This is from Roots Records. And album number 3 from Warlock, Triumph and Agony. And this is a promo copy. Of course, everybody should know All We Are. This one was released in 1987. And East Meets West and Metal Tango. To the poly sleeve. The vinyl is, well, vinyl looks mint. It needs to be cleaned. I'll be changing this. I don't like those very much. So anyway, now I'm waiting on the 4th one. So here's more Warlock, Triumph and Agony. As you can see, it is a gold stamp promo. These are not easy to come by either. Luckily, all these I found were from the U.S. All 4 of them I bought were from the U.S. Most of the time I see these here from Europe. So anyway, here is another Warlock. And then another box from Discogs. This is part of the sale. Going out of business sale. So I picked up a bunch more. I do have another order put in that I'm going to be getting here maybe next week. So anyway, most of these are from the 70s. And first up is a band called Elephant's Memory. This is actually produced by John and Yoko Ono. On the Apple Records label, this is a gatefold. Little bent up here, but other than that, the cover's in very good shape. 5-piece hard rock band. Here is the inner. Yes, wow, vinyl's in mint shape on the Apple Records. I never knew bands were on the Apple Records label, only the Beatles I thought, but so I'm happy about this. So I had a band called Elephant's Memory, and I believe this is their self-titled, yes, self-titled release. I needed to get more of this band stuff. Love this band a lot. My favorite album is from 10 Years After. I don't think I've ever seen this cover from 10 Years After. I believe this was released in 1967. And so this is relatively new for me. And it's on the Durham Records label. Look at the vinyl, of course it is on Durham. Vinyl's in very good shape. Just needs to be cleaned a little bit. I believe this is their debut, if I'm not mistaken. 10 Years After from 1967. So I'm happy to get this. Some 10 Years After. This is actually in mono, so another nice find. Up next, and I never knew this was sealed. Don Preston, been here all the time. This is a bluesy hard rock guy album, still sealed. It's on the Shelter Records label. If you're not familiar with Shelter, Tom Petty's first couple albums were on the Shelter Records label, and but it's distributed by MCA. So anyway, so Don Preston. Up next, band called Spring Fever, something old, something new. Some hard rock here. Not exactly sure the year this came out. Got a little bent corner here, but other than that, it's not bad. Vinyl's in very good shape. Near mint. I want to say this was released about 1973, if that's what I read. So some Spring Fever with something old, something new. Up next, and now we're going back into the 60s here. This is a mono and a band called the Rockin' Berries. And some pop rock, garage rock, early. I think this was came out in 1963, I think, 64. The Rockin' Berries. Still has the same inner sleeve. It's on the Piccadilly label out of England. (1965) this came out. And early garage rock. from the Rockin' Berries. The Rockin' Berries. Up next, this actually I think finishes out this band's discography for me. This came out in 1976, a band out of Texas called Zinger, Texas hard rock. This is a live album, live better electrically. And of course, it has John Nitzinger on guitars, Paul Leem on drums, Jerry Harris bass, and Kenneth Whitfield on organ. And I do believe this is the last one I have. I have the other two, which I've fallen for a decent price. Still in the shrink. 1976 this came out. It's on the 20th Century label. Vinyl's in near mint. It's like they've never been played. It's kind of nice when you can find gems like that, even online. You'd never see these in the stores, and if you did, they'd probably be so jacked up in price that you couldn't afford them. But anyway, here's a Nitzinger. Live better electrically. And I got two left here. And this is a single from Harem Scarum. This is number 171 of 250. But I don't think it is the same Harem Scarum that we all know. Vinyl's in great shape. It's a limited, it might be, I'm not positive. But anyway, here's the label in here. But anyway, some Harem Scarum. I'll be redoing this, but anyway, Harem Scarum. And then last one. Band called The Nice. With God, no, I'm not going to remember. It's released in 1973. It's called Ars Tonga Vida Brevis, The Nice. Can be played on mono as well as stereo. Of course, it is on Columbia Special Products Records. Okay, it's called Ars Longa Vida Brevis. Came out in, I believe it was 1974. Some more stuff to add to the collection here. The Nice. And I got one last box from Shadow Kingdom. Again, packaged very well as always from Shadow Kingdom, Tim Grogan. It's almost like Fort Knox. Hard to get in here sometimes. But we'll get in here. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. This came yesterday, actually. And I seen this over there. I couldn't pass it up. And this is actually re-released by High Roller Records. And I'm talking about Diamond Head, Lightning to the Nations, the White Album. It is a double EP, and let's see what this originally. I believe this originally came out about. God, now I'm going to forget. I want to say late '70s, I believe. But anyway, I was just happy to pick this up. Diamond Head, Lightning to the Nations, the White Album. And then next, these had been over there for a long time, and I just really never paid any attention to them. I finally got a chance to hear some samples of this band. And I love what I heard, so I went over to purchase some, and the only one I could find that was not out of stock was this one, band called Death SS and Black Masses, or Black Mass, excuse me. This is a gatefold, and kind of a obscene inner. If you're offended, oh well. But anyway, here's some Death SS. It's on the Savart record label. On black vinyl, of course. They had 3 of them over there, but the other 2 were out of stock. Not sure if they will be restocked. So I am been searching elsewhere for the others. I did find another one. But anyway, here is Death SS with Black Mass. And the last one is also a High Rollers release. And this band is called Sweet Savage, and album Killing Time. Let's see here. We'll see what we got for the inside here. Of course, has the High Roller Records insert as always. And here it is. I'm not sure this, since it is a re-release, I'm not exactly sure when this was originally out. Originally 1996. So this is now out on High Rollers Records. And poly line sleeved inner. It's got the hard or the high roller inners. Sweet Savage. So I'm looking forward to hearing this. So anyway, here's the last one, Sweet Savage with Killing Time. So anyway, guys, that is all I have for this episode of my mail update, and I'll return next time with another new update, and stay heavy, everybody.